I want to enter your contest. Oh boy, your traditions sound really cool. I like that. Um, let's see. Uh, Gosh, up until like maybe the last 10 years, my in-laws lived just down the street, and so we pretty much had, our tradition was having to follow their traditions, really. So I feel like a late bloomer, and I feel a little bit bad actually about it, because I always wanted to have some really cool traditions for my family. So even though my kids are 21 and 25, they're at home for now. One of them's in college and so on and so forth, but the other one's working. But I was thinking, and there's only a couple of things that really are my own personal traditions that I've come up with. One is food related, and for like Thanksgiving and Christmas and other special meals, maybe New Year's, what it is my uh, cinnamon orange sauce. And I'm not sure. That was like one of the main requests again when we were talking about what are we going to do for Thanksgiving, and they said, oh, well, I don't know, but make sure you make that cinnamon orange sauce you make. So that felt good that they wanted it. So I haven't just been forcing it on them all these years. And it's you take orange juice concentrate. You don't dilute it. You just pour it in a pan, and you put a load of Saigon cinnamon is the best. Saigon cinnamon, but you could use any cinnamon. And you put in the cinnamon, and you just really load it up with cinnamon. And then you also put in lots of brown sugar, and you bring it to a boil on the stove, and stirring it continuously, and then eventually it'll thicken. And when it after you've boiled it for a while and stirred it and everything, then you let it cool and it'll thicken a little bit more. But it's good over everything. It's good over any kind of meat, ham, turkey, chicken, stuffing, potatoes. We don't use gravy at all. That's what we use, is the cinnamon orange sauce. So Debbie's cinnamon orange sauce, that's her tradition for all the holidays. And I like my traditions to be untraditional. I mean, that's my thing, is being untraditional, coloring outside the lines a little bit. Um, so, as an example, for Thanksgiving, we're not having turkey. We're not having ham. We're having Cornish game hens. I don't know. I think we might barbecue them, but each person has their own Cornish game hen. And then we'll have other stuff that's traditional, like mashed potatoes. And, I mean, they'll have mashed potatoes. I don't know if I will. And I make stuffing from scratch, and I like add red and green apples. I leave the peels on, and but I dice them up, medium small, and so that's kind of a traditional thing. Um, Not lots and lots of sweets or anything really, which I guess is a good thing. And then let's see. Okay, the other thing that I've started as a just this past year actually is that I have the kids go on a, let's see, basically they open up their presents, but then there's always one really, really nice present, and something they're not expecting they'll ever get. And that last year that was a really decked out laptop for Cody, my 21-year-old, and a PS3, the really high-end version of the PS3 for Josh, my 25-year-old. And they had no idea they were getting it. They thought they were saving money for it. And basically they go on a quest, and I write up, I don't want to call them a poem, but kind of a ditty or a, not even a limerick, I guess, but there's rhyming, there's some rhyming involved, some, and but I just make up this thing, and it gives directions of we have like almost an acre, and they have to go in these various different directions in our yard, and they twist and turn and go all over. And I think last year we ended up, one of them ended up going into our travel trailer, and finding, but I did it really cute. I mean, I did it with the kind of a poem or whatever, and they had to find it, and it was really cool, and I think they really like that. So I want to keep doing that for in case someday I get grandkids, many years from now probably. But that's pretty much it, other than they get to open one small present on Christmas Eve each year, and the rest they have to hold off till Christmas. So that's my entry. Thanks, Virginia, for thinking of it. Bye.